Anybody they see as a threat, so-called. In Ablekuma North, for instance, the parliamentary candidate there is under siege. Yesterday, she had a sleepless night. All manner of persons were at her residence in search of pink sheets. The question is, why is the NDC so interested in destroying evidence? Why are they interested in capturing pink sheets to destroy them and set them ablaze? This woman, Madame Ekuya Afriye, had to run for her life. It took the timely intervention of the police to protect her and to drive these NDC hooligans away. Okangwe Central, my respected colleague, Honorable Patrick Boama, is unable to sleep in his house because they are threatening him, thinking that he has a pink sheet at his residence. His constituency chairman is being looked for. His constituency secretary cannot sleep at home. All because they believe that these individuals have pink sheets. Why should a member of parliament fear for his life? All because he's participating in democracy. I would want to call on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to stop his people, to speak to his party people. This is not democracy. This is not the democracy we've all worked hard for. The hypocrisy is becoming too clear day in, day out. All of us are being threatened. In my own constituency, for instance, they have now come out with a lie, and unfortunately some media personnel are following such lie to the extent that, to the effect that a certain NDC constituency vice chairman cannot be found. It's a lie. They are using that to incite their party foot soldiers to attack MPP members, including my very self. When NDC was in opposition, of course, before the election, they were the ones who were all over fighting for the right of Ghanaians. Even when a due process in court was being served on them, they cried foul. Today, the NDC leadership pretends that what their party foot soldiers are doing are being done on their blind side, but they are indeed encouraging it. We are calling on civil society to call on the NDC leadership, especially His Excellency President-elect John Dramani Mahama, to demonstrate his love for this country by stopping this action immediately. These individuals are moved in groups. Such attacks are planned and led by some MPs who are being promised juicy positions in government. And they are all over attacking parliamentary candidates. They are looking for pink sheets because they know that that is the evidence that we will use against them. If you go to Tema Central, for instance, the person who purportedly declared the Tema Central seat for the NDC candidate is not the returning officer for Tema Central. They called somebody to declare the result, when the rightful person who has taken an oath, who has posed to an oath to be the returning officer for the election, was not the one. If you consider this action in the light of all that is happening, one is compelled to ask that if NDC had lost the elections, what would happen? Is it the case that the leadership of the party had prepared, rehearsed, and plotted this, that in the event that they lose, this country should be made lawless? And because of that, even in spite of their winning, they are still proceeding to do this? At Obuasi East, Our candidate was asked to choose between his seat and his life. He was locked up in his room at gunpoint and was forced to sign the final declaration, so-called declaration 4. Why should such a thing happen? Is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pretending not to be aware of all of these? All these things are happening before the media. The cameras are capturing all of these. And is this a country he wants to rule from 2025 to 2028? It is important that they don't just issue statements, but they demonstrate that they do not indeed support this action by stopping their boys. They buy them fuel, they give them pickups, and they move them to locations. We are aware. They cannot pretend that they don't know about this. Akotia is a similar spot where they know they've lost, they scatter the place, and that is what they've done. My colleague, the majority chief whip, Honorable Ano Dompre, is also under siege. Where they know they have lost, but prevented the coalition from happening. Why should it be? Like my respected colleague and General Secretary of the party indicated in his opening statement, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia conceded defeat in less than 24 hours after election. Indeed, within 16 hours after the elections, when our own data showed that the elections were not going in our favor. We did not wait for the Electoral Commission to come out with a declaration. The practice has been that a losing candidate would normally wait for the Electoral Commission to finish, make the announcement, and then he would concede. On this occasion, because we had a perfect system, a reliable data system, and we had scanners across the country, our agents gave us feedback, and in the very night, by midnight, we knew that indeed things were not okay. By 9 a.m., we have put it out there that Dr. Bawumia was going to address the nation. We did this in the interest of democracy. Why would the NDC, in an attempt to get 2/3 or more, going all over to destroy the country, destroy public properties, and even put fear and panic in the minds and hearts of our people who were candidates for the election? We call on the Electoral Commission to take immediate steps to reverse all these illegal declarations. Declarations that were not made out of properly collated results. Intervene. National headquarters should intervene. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission should intervene and respond positively to all the petitions brought before them and address these matters. That's our case for now. General.
So just as the majority leader said, we are equally calling on the National Peace Council, National House of Chiefs, Christian Council of Ghana, Catholic Bishop Conference, our National Chief Imam, organized labor, civil society organizations, the diplomatic community, to as a matter of agency and for the sake of our cherished and enviable record as a country that has for over 32 years practiced multi-party democracy, to come out and condemn the lawlessness from the NDC. And we call on the president-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to call his people to order and also allow the Electoral Commission to do its job. At the end of the day, that is the beauty of democracy. You can't have it all. Is it the case that the NDC is telling us that we are not needed in the next parliament? What kind of country do we want to have? And we are also calling on you, the media, You have been to these centers. You've seen, with your naked eyes, you've seen the truth. Why are you not reporting? You are the fourth realm of government. You are supposed to let the people know what is happening. You are supposed to condemn the NDC. And this is not the kind of country we want to have. This is not the kind of state we want to have as a country. Are we having a revolution in this country? Why should we happen in this manner? So, as the majority leader indicated, we are waiting to hear from the Electoral Commissioner with its decision on these constituencies. I'll repeat it again. Dome Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Afano North, Afano Southeast, Obuasi East, Akwetia, Suhum, Fantiakwa North, Insawa-Duji, Chiman South, and Aworin.
Police should provide security.
And we are calling on the police that Mr. IGP, the safety of this country is in your hands. Everybody is watching you. Everybody is counting on you. Let your men provide maximum security at all coalition centers so that the officers of the Electoral Commission can do their constitutional duty of making sure we have credible parliamentary candidates elect or members of parliament in our next parliament. So we want to thank you for coming to our office this afternoon.
Questions?
Any adolfo mu a yɛhyia mo ha awie ɛwɔ MPP headquarters. Adekonti a yɛhyia mo ɛwɔ ha ɛne sɛbi kakabensɛm ɛne tutu asɛm a yɛnua mo ADC fo mpanimfo ahyɛ ɔmo mmeranteɛ no maba kutupa sɛ ɔmo nyɛ basabasa na ɔmo nyɛ ade a ɛnsɛ ɛmfata wɔ mɛm ha. Yɛnyɛ nim sɛ yɛkɔto aba Saturday wieyɛ na de kyɛ pɛpɛpɛ ana MPP yɛfa nkatuni Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bamia ɛyɛ press conference ɛka sɛ aba no wagye atuna yɛhwɛ MPP yɛayɛ results a yɛakolate na yɛhu sɛ yɛndi nkunim na kenu sɛ ka saa anamo a wɔtui no kɛbɛboa masundua abɔ mɛm ha sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛkɔto aba de bia attention wɔ mu no kɛbɛba fam. Nanso so wakasa wie ye normal course wo mem ha NDC for chitafo ene nam collation centers be bia ye nka aban wie ye force Electoral Commission for bebu o mu di tuo esi Electoral Commission for mu de sekan esi o mu so ebu edum se chinchina a o mu declare my NDC so mo release our parliamentary seats no parliamentary seats American wasem eye Dome Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Tema Central, Afano North, Obuasi East, Afano Southwest, Akwetia, Suhum, Fantiakwa North, Insawa-Duji, Techiman South, and Awin. Sebi, kebi mamu kebi amemu ene de ye adwuma. Wontimi nya ne nya 100%. Enti de wa wi ni no na won sa aka. De anya wo de ade, adenti na abaso de patapa asem. Ekoji film se obi a ene dia. Enti sa de nya ma ye hia wo a majority leader echeche mu. So wo hwe no ma bi e course e wa Dome Kwabenya. Electoral Commission PC to be announce obeye. Do na NDC for ekose no. Ya ye PC kura ya ye koka. Do say no. Ablekuma North. Na dim kunimo. Abeye collect results ne kura enwiye. Tema Central. Omo ko share Electoral Commission return officer or Tema Central say chinchina odikna man. Oso ontimi nye efise nye mrano no. Ontimi nye no makofa obi a wo Tema West. So oni me declare results Tema Central. Enyanoma TV da.
without figures.
Abekuma not quite the nominal figures. And I'm saying, declare. I'm who TV Susan Sam George and Otukonomo and the general electoral commission officer and chain. And I'm more channel, regional chairman, or more channel say, we'll declare results. So, we'll be our parliamentary candidates. I will in go pram. And then I made now Abekumanov and I will check Okalkwe Central and Abekumanov, return officer Juma one year. A woman of their photos are officers so. A social side on my course now, a side be across the country. Of what is your master Bejan or a parliamentary candidate. And this is fortunate them. I locate down and the two so say on the return officer or one sign. Now, no part and woo, then no pay ever. Now, said you are my penny, your mamma, or my penny about your mamma, or you know, free every said the man said in my bower and the almost said man. Add ocean call for more power appointment or now more or they did anymore. I say for be said Basintal is a Basintal said debe. Omo nya ka no mo yesa no ma no. Na say the penny being so much here, o met my side no. All in attempt say, oh, your person nya 2 terms in parliament. Na we assessor constitution no, say be awe mama obeko 8 years. And nothing like this for desperate various collection centers. Omo yesa to transem no. Na ka say be kenya sa, wona majority dada. Nti do so ye bia no bet my. Ti dem bet na kawa. Omanya be setting na, wo pese munya 2 terms. Aden oman den ye durunti a NDC for person omo yesa de ese oman no. Eti na sa akonya so e catch electoral commission. Say omo nyira prentem commissioners omo ho. Ba bi NDC for e de patapa no to accept akodina say omo sesa results no. They should reverse it and do the right thing. I think for the sake and sanctity of our democracy. Say be ye kan mam ka bia memon e be ko nanim. Ye ra di prayer dampare. Say the Ghana e wo tiri so. Ye be to about wo political parties twice. When you share ka say asunje be ba about to nim. Baby wo okra nante ni gina ho. No be from say you should stand down. Na police for atwo mo afuro. Na ka NDC for nko a. No mo intimidating crowd. Say the man bend the person chechire. Ye MPP say the basa ya dey aye to so. Na mom sa akonya ya ye dey amoma ye kan say so man yes I do ya emboye nyina. MPP will not say that yan transi e ma ba ya kwoto aye wini a NDC for pen say ye wini no o mu tintim yensa. Ye fa sa akonya so as peace councils. Say mo na afundwe e wo mo no me koso nya mo peace council for monkasa dey be na moka. Yes, say Christian community, yes, say Muslim community, leaders or more. No more costly, I am offer, I am with them. International communities or more, no more costly, I am offer, I am with them. Say the most central for more, one kind of credit. No more costly, are you happy about it? I am offer, I am with them. Centrality no call, who's a normal one cost of power, no year for one can. Send a message teacher of mine.
And they call them irate youth, then they don't even want to mention.
Sana, a teacher of mine. Na mo ti radio so TV so NDC for ya bonin ko so say em na tell ma ba bi e na yesa tutu asem no em na tell ma ba o mo political parties say bi MPP e ko to aba anyi ya lusu na e be na ko tutu asem aya dia tuma e ti e ba bi ti esremo e pese mo nyina mo ti de ko so na obi a na no tum say sa conference 30 ya ma bo de NDC for Emma Kwan na electoral commission for no enye de secretary ye wi a say the Ghana na edin kunim mo nya de basabasa be bo mem ha any patapa ni tutu asema omodi ma MPP tutafon enso mu nya eye the first time NDC win elections for Ghana ha or MPP win elections wa by the end of the day no e man no e kan ko ne ehwe and they should remember that power is transferred say 2 million and example 2 million example central for mamunchenie the SIMC for a tram that should be almost so haba. You catch them, the SIMC for tram. Some man tells man come from one to no man condemn one. Said that should be the power necessary. More be a man that can be buffer. To when you are put to a demand and I said the econo, it took up to be a trade. Now, you get more memoir. Now, Juma, SCA, near Juma. After so your best friend. Eastern region, Oma Sese and Omo Yene China. Police for Emma Bambo Uncle. Na Omuntimi on Meduma say we are as you do the back. Any a friend, na Semeda, Damunamas.
Yes, we can take questions from you. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Musa Lanson.
Yes, sir.
We've had the president-elect, we've had the general secretary of the NDC, and also the other two general secretaries.
Right.
They said they have not authorized anyone to go around what they are doing.
Right.
And whatever they are doing is on their own account. As a party, what else do you want them to do after coming out to say all this? What else do you want them to do to stop?
Indeed, it is our claim that they, the leadership, are the ones who are organizing these gentlemen and to do this. And in fact, they organize them, they bus them, they fuel them, and they are doing it for their benefit, and they know that. That is why we describe their actions as hypocritical, double standard. You send your proxy to act in your stead, you benefit from it, but the consequences thereof, you don't want to take responsibility. It's pretense, and that is why we are calling on the president-elect, President John Dramani Mahama, that he has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The president-elect, even proud to the swearing in, has already soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians. The peace of this country is so important, is so critical, that should be his responsibility. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Na any collation center, NDC member, including MP, which we feel the go program, Eco PMO Evo Abicumano, Eco Team, easy official money, set when declare about whoever said Bambo,
Bambo for police for Edigan and Yambo. Sir Wabakaya, NDC for the past 2 years, what's one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for, one pair a soldier for. No military at the collation center, no military at the police station. Now it is clear that they rehearse their plans. No one will know military. Into what soldier for there, soldier for Bogana for Oban. Into the worker, no soldier, no soldier, no soldier. Because no one is a warrior. When you know all the police are, they can take advantage of the police. So it's not obvious. And Ghana full name Saint Internet and this for one pay military during the election. And then of course the military had to stay back. All elections are here in Ghana. Military, police work together. They were at the polling centers and at collation centers where in Pobonibia Tumde Oba collation center. On this occasion, because the police and some areas, prison officers and immigration officers, they were helpless because the NDC had rehearsed what it wanted to do, not to even accept the result, and they thought that they were going to lose the elections. Now that they've won, they want to still unleash the mayhem. Innocent Ghanaians, and it is the responsibility of the president-elect. I repeat, he has soiled his hands with the blood of innocent Ghanaians, and it is not enough to tell his people that what they are doing is illegal or criminal. He ordered them. They take decisions at their party headquarters. He is the leader of their party and he knows about it. So, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the General Secretary Fifi Kwete, the National Chairman Mr. Sedun Katia, these four men, these four gentlemen of this country should know that they are responsible for all the actions of their foot soldiers. All of us are being threatened, all of us are receiving calls, and they know why they are doing that, including members of parliament who are leading these young men and inspiring them. But I have one message for NDC. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a seer. I am an ordinary Ghanaian with my naked eyes. I tell them this. Tomorrow, these young men that you are arming to attack MPP will turn on you. NDC should take this from me. Today, I'm not being prophetical. I'm not a seer. But I can assure you, the NDC leaders, that these young men that you are unleashing on MPP, I give you maximum 1 year. They will turn on you. The guns you have bought for them, the machetes, they will chase you with the same machetes. Because you will not be able to satisfy them. If you ask them to go and kill for you to go to parliament, if you ask them to inflict machete wounds on an innocent person, bear in mind that you are going to pay and pay and pay. You can't finish paying them. They will chase you in parliament. They will chase you at the ministries. They will blackmail you and would all be in this country. I'm not being prophetic, but it is going to happen. Oh, this man is already up. Let's listen to him.
Electoral Commission press conference. Now, on the two just say Electoral particular, or suspended a coalition.
Yes.
On now, but I say Adiachi and now from whom say NDC candidate they declare no winner.
Opening, so what to our baby are now or declare we are, it's not enough. The returning officer or signing rate of elections, no Zako, Electoral Commission, headquarters, and Sanawako Gazette. All those processes won't go through. And they are invoking a certain provision in the law that when 70% or 75% is declared that, we will go ahead. They are being very myopic with the understanding of the law. Therefore, no intention. Zawayan, they are only trying to make themselves happy. But I believe that the Electoral Commission is what's going on now. But let me take this opportunity to also say something. I've been watching TV3. TV3, I respect TV3 as a media house. I know they've been doing their civic duties. But TV3, please again, it is one Ghana, as the General Secretary said. Maybe today, it is one party that you may be favoring. But be fair, because when things get out of hand, it may come back to you. I am not against your editorial policies, but my respected TV3 as a media house, please be fair to the facts. It's not everything that they bring that you go on an attack. We see your panelists, all the things that they say. Yes, we have lost elections. It's okay. It's not the first time that a party is losing elections. We expect TV3 and other media houses to be fair. A situation where your panelists will be inciting violence, your host would encourage people to come out with pronouncements that seek to disturb the peace of the country. It has to be watched. And that is my only call on you. You still have your right to exercise discretion as to what you want to air and what you don't want to air. But things are getting out of hand. We have lost elections. We're ready to serve in opposition. But there's a new government. Let them do the right thing and let the violence stop. This is the hashtag, the violence must stop. 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 President-elect John Dramani Mahama, call your boys to order. Let's repeat. President John Dramani Mahama, call your boys to order. President John Dramani Mahama, stop the killing. President John Dramani Mahama, stop the killing. Thank you very much.
Honorable, thank you very much. My name is George.
All right.
Alright, so we are just done with it. Alright, so we are just done with the press conference and alright, so we are just done with the press conference and we heard what the leaders of the party said. They are very angry with what is ongoing. MPP party right now. The leaders are living as right now. They are done with their press conference. That is what just happened. That is what just happened at the press conference. So all those who joined us, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Sana about the leaders who just spoke with us were Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Afenda Markins, and General Secretary for the MPP, and also the Chairman for the MPP, they were here with us. As you can see, this is also the media. Gabriel question, since when did these guys know that power can change? Let me read Gabriel Bashi's comment. That village teacher, after no teaching his students to repeat after him. You are scared, continue destroying people if you know the way that years are not at you guys. After suffering hardship of 8 years, bad economy. Well, I'm saying arbitration ministers, yes. I see your hand. Yeah, and I see your hand. So, this is our thanks for joining us here. When I'm mobile, thanks for joining us at the party. And another very massive NDP concert in I'm a New York one. If these people think this winning is blessing, it's a blessing. This thing again, there's actually from Ghana. You listen to those fake media groups you see. Is Mahama the president of Ghana? Aren't you exposing yourself? Rather, Kofi Morgan, that was from Kofi Morgan. And that was from Kofi Morgan. Yeah. You guys have now seen your level. That is the safe passage. That was from the safe passage. Since you know I'm Mudani and Adamasi, say Madani and wait to me. I can't. Yeah, I was a Muka. Adamasi. I mentioned Audu Adams, I've given the NDC faithfuls as well as those who voted for them just 1.5 years. They shall bite their fingers. It's obvious NPP has not learned anything from the defeat. That was from Ame Igbo. That was from They have a generator, you don't have it. When the council your children education fees, go and ask to fake this money to pay for your education fees. Okay, Mahama will prove his God sent for this dispensation. Don't be deceived by this God. We are not. Stop crying and people are not finished. Bye-bye. See you in 12 years' time. Wow. as an entity must go back to drawing board and put things together in 2025. I'm just looking at this. That is from Agenda D. If you want to get to us, what is not to us? The people don't want it's simple. I'm a New York. I did at third place in church. The expression is seductive, and that is me being charitable. We and UW forget 2020. How many people died? Majority leader time minority has remained as such forever. And God punish you. Sorry, I can't read out the insult. That is some of the comments from some people that come and you Ferguson also is there. Agenda that is some of the comments. That is some of the comments. So you can leave down your comments. Thank you all for that.